Hi, hello, it's thieleaf. I thought, oh my god, there's hair on my desk. I thought I might take you with me as I do some setting up of a journal page. I've been thinking about doing this kind of thing for a while. I tried to film something like it last night, but it was a bit too late in the night, honestly. I had some footage of doing this page. But I thought it might be cool to do it from, blank. And to take you through some of like the process that I do for choosing what to go on a page. Which won't actually use this for a minute. The first thing I do is this. I have already gone through some stickers and things and chosen. So these are some of the stickers that I chose last night when I was doing the page before. I just kind of pick whichever stickers stand out to me. So, keeping this in mind, oh actually I'm going to move some of these so that they are better laid out across the page here. I had a little bit of a theme with this one, as I think can be picked up. Okay. That is the danger of some of these really tiny stickers, is they do like to have a mind of their own. Not there. Yeah, I just thought I'd free some space up on this sheet because I was really not thinking about it when I put them on here, which is why these stickers don't fit. But I also think, yeah, I wanted to show you because I know that some of the pages that I put together can seem quite intimidating, I guess, to some people. But I wanted to show that, it's really not. I really just go through my stickers and just pick out ones that stand out to me, and often there's a kind of color palette theme, but sometimes I break the color palette too. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here for now, just up here at the top. And I'm gonna grab this, which is my folder for sticky notes, mostly from Sticky Club. The first half is Sticky Club things, and I'll just like flip through this and pick up anything that I think might go. This kind of works. I haven't used that in a while, although it might be the last one on the left. Oh no, there's two. Also, while I'm here, I should say, none of these have like a whole pack of sticky notes in them. They normally have 3 or 4. It would be way too many. That one's quite good. I'll put my hand on that for a second. That one's also quite good. And sometimes I'll do things like this, where this won't go in this page, but I really want to use this sometime soon. So I'm just going to pull this out, and that could be the starting point, I guess, for my next page. So I'll put that to the side for now. I think this might be fun as well, because I've already got the music thing there, but I don't know if that's the, a big sticky note like this really does determine a lot of the theme of the page. This could be really cool for this. And now we're not in sticky club things. We're in memo sheets that I've bought. This one's also really nice. Okay, so I'm between a couple. I really like this for these things. That really brings out some of the blue. I really like this, also bringing out the blue and pink. I don't think I'm going to do this one, and then there was one back here that was quite small. I think this one. And I only have one left of that, so I'll have to restock soon. This might go with the cat one. So you can see that I often do like more than one page at a time, essentially. I don't think I'm gonna do this one. Maybe, I'm gonna pull it out and we'll see. I can always put it back if not. I would be ripping parts of this, I think, if I use that one. So, I've got these ideas for these big sticky notes. And I like to keep this in view of me so that I can see bits of it. Now I go through this. This is things that I've printed or little offcuts from PET tapes, mostly samples that I've been given. Oh, that's actually on there. I want this guy. I think this one, this one could be nice for these things. Bring some pink into it. Yeah, this is really just my process, and I do the same with stickers where I just go through them and pick out. I think a Mewtwo, and this would be really funny. I'm not going to, but it would be funny. Hi, you know, I kind of, no, I think that's, yeah, it actually is kind of on theme. These are, by the way, from the Pokemon, the Elite trainer boxes, I think what they're called. They come with like a little sheet of all of the cards, which is what a lot of these are cut out from, because it turns out they're really cheap to buy. PET tapes like to stick to the plastic, which is annoying. So that's going to the side for this other page. I'm glad that happened where I came across a thing for another page, so I can get to show that, like, I'm often not doing one page at a time. I'm often thinking about some other things as well. Some empty space, some PET tapes. Ah, this one. Yes. Let me in. Let me in. And then I'm just going to save this to the side to put in one of those pockets at the front. This is very blue and purple. I kind of want to throw in some contrasting colors to that. I really love these stickers, they're really good. grey is not a contrasting colour, but here we are. No, don't rip. Don't do this to me. There we go. This whole bit was ripping. All that for this one sticker. This is small enough that it can go somewhere else. I think that's it for now. Oh wait, I didn't put my things away. So let's look for an empty page. That can go in there, and this can go. Sorry for the noises of outside, but it's I leave my window open. So I'll just cut these out quickly. This one is I don't know if you can see it. It's printed on paper that was from the Hobonichi plain grid notebook. Because when I've used those for my journals, I would take out a leaf from every signature, because that really helps with bulking. I did that really badly. Hold on, let me do that again. I'm like trying to make sure I stay in frame, but in doing so I'm doing some of this a little badly. But no, it's really cool when using the Hobonichi grid notebook, because if you line up the grids, you can barely tell that you can barely tell that there's a thing put over it, that it's a printed piece of paper stuck on. Obviously you can tell now that I'm using a Life Noble, but I think it's still quite fun. Your signature is over there, and I always know that it is Marity Vitamin, so I am gonna be horrible and cut out your signature or your water stamp. I've been following this artist for a really long time. Literally for like 10 years. Yeah, Koyamori or Marity Vitamin, that is their name. The Mewtwo is already cut out, which is great. Let's get this rock graph. I am going to keep that star. That was my Discord. Sorry. Oh no, I just threw the star away. Wait. Not thinking. nothing to hold on to, so I'm not gonna worry too hard about this one. Let me check that Discord message. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to not be too perfect about cutting things out. Because I'm quite able to cut this out without even having any of that yellow border. But I don't want to. And on things with really straight lines, the thing I like to do is intentionally be wobbly. Because, I don't know, you're never gonna really get perfectly straight lines with cutting out with scissors. So to me it makes more sense to just go intentional with it rather than make it look unintentional. Okay. So here's some of those things. The Mewtwo is really funny. Okay. There's this. I'm gonna look through some other stickers. So here's some of my oldest stickers. This is the oldest stickers I have from the Pop Sticky Club. And there might not be anything from here that I pick up. I kind of want this. Oh no, okay, there we go. And you'll notice with a lot of these older sheets that this is several sheets put onto one piece of backing paper. Quite a lot of these are actually. This is 2 different sheets. So is this. Because once you only have a couple pieces, it's a little silly. To me at least. To have them be separate like this. Keeping one whole sheet just for these, you know, few stickers. Or these few stickers, it just seems a bit silly. Kind of like this one. Kind of goes with some of the things. Running out of space though. I'll grab one of these potions. But yeah, I very much try to not doubt the things that catch my eye. So if I see something that catches my eye, I try as much as I can to not follow the urge to be like, ooh, I don't know, maybe I should save that one for something else. I try to only let that happen if it really is something that, you know, it's like. So this is from the vintage advent calendar, and then back as far as I have 30 to 35 sheets of the binder pages, so double that for the actual sticker sheets. And this will all need to be rearranged, but I kind of really like that octopus. This is why I often flip forward and then flip back again, because it will be the thing that catches my eye. Okay, I think this has to go into this bit now. Because normally I only notice that something has caught my eye after I've flipped past it, and my attention lingers on it. No, none of those are standing out. So a lot of these are less used because these are newer sticker sheets. I think that's it. And I know this would get annoying to some people, looking through a whole folder of stickers and then only like picking one. But to me, I just like getting to look through. I might grab my stamps. Just see. I don't think there is anything. No, but it was worth looking. Also, actually, there is another stamp that I need to add. Isn't that cute? Get in there. Actually, this moon might be good. I actually have this just on here. It's really good for ink. Okay, that's it for now. Then we'll keep that to the side because I got the moon sticker. Okay. So now we get to the putting things together. Let me just have a sip of coffee. Oh no, it's going cold. Okay. I wanted to drink enough, at least, that if I refill my kettle and put hot water into it, it would actually get warm. So now I've got all of these pieces. What I start doing is laying them out on the page. I might just have to move this guy just a bit to move that up. So my sticker sheet is here. You won't be able to see all of it, but you know. So this is going to be really, really crowded if I use this, so I might not use this sheet. I just kind of stopped playing with things. Sorry, the Mewtwo is really making me laugh. The Mewtwo's really funny. Do I want to layer him? No. No, I think he can just go down here. I want him there. Okay. So, I very recently got the Cocoina glue. I'm not going to use that with this guy. I have a Uniball 1P that I have one of these glue refills in. They're very generic. They often come in different colors, but I made sure to get a set of white ones. I've got loads of these. So let me grab my sheet and my pencil board. I always make sure to do this on the pencil board because especially for printed things, sometimes it can push the ink that's on the paper onto what's underneath it. So get that running. But yeah, because this has all of these little cutout bits, I think the glue pen is the better option. Grab your little hand. This is such an awkward place. Okay. There you go, dude. You're actually not. There you are. Hopefully I didn't make a huge glue smear. Oop, I pushed some glue out that side. Yeah. Now with some of these other ones, I think I am going to try and use the koina. I might want to do this. I don't know about this one, honestly. It might not be quite right. I wanted to do that anyway. Sorry for the cars going past. Kind of thinking maybe like that. Okay. That's actually quite neat. Put that there, and then where do I want to put this? I think over the top of that one. Maybe I won't use this one either. Maybe I'll just use this one. Because I like that. Okay, that's what I'll do. So. I'm gonna try using this. And oh, it smells so nice. It smells like marzipan. So the more you kind of play with it, the more liquidy it gets, which means that the longer it will take to dry once it's on the paper. So kind of play with it a little bit. Ow, I just stabbed myself. That was about here. And I'm still kind of getting familiar with the right amount of glue to use and how quickly it takes to start getting dry. Ow, that actually really hurt. I think I got it right though. That seems good. And not too wrinkled either. I think I put just a little bit too much on that bottom bit. And I don't mind getting the glue on here because it just turns into a powder that doesn't leave any residue to come off. Unlike the glue from here, it just kind of leaves a sticky residue. So Tomoe River is going to get more wrinkly, so I really want to be a bit more careful with this one. And it's drying too fast. Okay, that's really annoying. I wrinkled it. Oh no. Okay. I really should have put that slightly, like at least one more square inwards, but that's where it is now, so. Okay, that's fine. Actually, that's actually not that bad. I did smudge a bit of the ink onto the thing, but that's fine. Yeah, I think it moved slightly and got glue on the front, so it got wet a little bit. That's fine. Okay, it looks like there's a little bit that's going to peel up, but that's fine. I will just use the glue pen underneath it. Someone's just fully listening to dubstep in their car, parked outside. It's just really funny to me. Sorry if you can hear it. Oops, that got, yeah. No, okay, it did this again. It doesn't, because of the way it wrinkles when it gets wet, it doesn't quite want to go evenly. It's not that bad though. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'm making a big deal about nothing. I might use my eraser a little bit because I did just smudge some stuff on there. Just dust that off. Yeah, okay, I think that's actually fine. And if any bit peels up, it's quite easy to just use the glue pen. Now I have some other things to decide where to put them. Oh, and you can see here, this little crust is just the dried glue. It really just turns into dust, which is why I don't mind getting it on here. Okay, so that there. I'll do it here then. Yeah, the reason I wanted to use another glue that wasn't just these glue pens is because using the glue pens to do these things really just tears through glue. It uses so much of it, so that's why. I like that one being in the corner. But yeah, if I was just using a glue stick for all of these little things that I stick in, I just wouldn't print out things and stick them in like this. But this glue pen makes it really easy, so it's, you know. Where do I want to put this? Where is balanced? Here, kind of, but I need something to go there. So, oh my god, I almost just had that placed for me. Oh, and when I'm holding down the pages, I'm using my nails mostly so that I'm not like touching the paper loads. Because I'm especially bad at things like touching my face. Oh, that stuck not quite where I wanted it to. There you go. I feel mixed about that. Oh well. That's fine. And I think some of the things on here are actually going to go onto the next page. Because I'm actually running out of space. I picked way too many things for this page. But I actually don't mind. I kind of wanted to have a lot of things in one place. I feel like there was more of this design that's somehow come off. I'm gonna cut this sticker. I don't really know what that white space is. I do want this guy. I don't like that, but whatever. That's fine. No. I'll put it up here. Oop, my cup's in the way. I think I'm almost done actually. I have this guy in the corner singing, oblivious to the Mewtwo causing harm. And I don't know if I'll use the potion. Maybe I will. Just here. It's a good place for it. Yeah, so there are these stickers left over, but they can be for the next thing. Oh, the octopus! I forgot about him. No, I want this guy. Oh no, where does he go? He goes on my next sheet. That's so sad. I forgot about him. Okay, so yeah, that's a page setup. I mean, there's also some page setup for this next one, where I know I want to use this. I kind of like these two together like that. So let's, we might as well. Cocoina. I need to clean these before I, you know, press things with them. I am kind of using them a little bit like a bone folder. This little corner might need a little bit of help from the glue tape, but that's fine. Ooh, a little bit of wet glue there. I shouldn't have stuck that so close to the edge, but it's fine. And that little corner is gonna need help. I'll just do that now. Yeah. I kind of like this one for this page rather than that. So let me just get some of the glue off of here. I guess I should mention that I don't normally do this in one sitting the way I'm doing this right now, unless I'm not really able to do anything that day for health reasons. Normally I do this while watching something, you know, while calling with someone, as a multitask, or I do little bits here and there. It's not normally a, you know, just sit down and do this for an hour. I'm getting better at judging how much of the glue to use. Which, you know, I guess any new supply takes a bit of time to, you know, get to understand. Okay, so that one there. I feel like this cat's gonna get, like, well, I will say, I've actually discovered that I don't really like PET tapes like this. Not because I don't love the design, or, you know, I think the concept of getting a lot of designs in one tape is really good. They don't work quite well for me because I am not someone who likes using the same thing over and over again. So, you know, while they would be a great value buy for someone who doesn't mind that, for me, I would get really sick of it really quickly. But I find these tapes to be really kind of staticky when they get to a page. Like, I'll peel the thing off and it just wants to slap itself right down, so I have a hard time placing it exactly where I want. I might put it there instead of up here, because I think... oh, maybe not, actually. Yeah, it will probably be happen when I do this, where it will want to just flap downwards. Oh, okay, I have to do it from this side. I was hoping to peel away the plastic bit instead, but okay, it's not doing it. That's good. Okay, this one actually isn't doing it. I love when things prove me wrong when I'm trying to make a point. A lot of the time I find that these tapes will, if as I lower it down, the whole thing will just, you know, throw itself towards the page, and it's really annoying. I won't put that one down yet, actually. I didn't use my stamp either. I don't think there's really space for it on this page. Nah, not really. Okay, I have to close my window. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that music. This octopus can go here. Yeah, I don't quite have enough stickers to do more of that design stuff on here. I guess I'll put this one over here. Yeah, that's where I want that one. Okay, that's this page for now as well. But I'll show you this because normally I wouldn't do this bit until I'm actually doing my writing, but I will do it because I know that this is going to take me no time to write through it all. So I would write the date on this page. This is the space for the date to go. What ink do I want to use? I think I want to use Seki. Remove my sticker box. Ink. Ink. Sorry if the camera's wobbling from that, there was a lot of movement. So, is this in frame? Yes, okay, we are good. I wasn't sure how far to the side is actually in frame or not. Today is Monday, right? Today is Monday, okay, Monday the 4th. So, oh, I'm pressing too hard, whoops. There we go. So that's that. I might use the stamp, actually. I want to show off using it because I think it's quite fun. Oh no, my stamp block. Okay. Can I put it on something else? Will it stick to this? That sticks well enough to the thing here. Okay, so to prepare it, I just take an eraser and lightly kind of wiggle it over the thing. I don't really want to get dust on it. And then I tend to take this end, kind of put it to this stuff. I don't quite want to do it very well. And I will use a tiny bit here to clean up some of those in-between bits. Don't know how well this is actually going to do it. It might not want to. But, you know. There we go. Another good way to do this, which I should have remembered, is this ink away. Because I actually have this colour inked in a pen right now. One of the great ways to do it is to take the pen, oh my god, throw it on the table. That's what you want to do. So cool. And then just use the back of this like that. And I'm going to put this, I didn't really think about where I was going to put it. It's here. I have to lean. Oh no, it didn't get filled in. I didn't roll it back down. Cool. I have it in the pen. I can. No? Okay, you got a bit of lint stuck. I'm actually gonna leave that. Yeah. It doesn't make the nicest effect when you go over it with pen. But I used it here with takenoko. And yeah, now I have to wait for this to dry, which will take a while, but you know. I just think it's really fun. And you do have to be careful the more intricate things are. Like over here, there was ink getting between the lines, and that's why it has this kind of pooling thing. Sometimes that can look really good. I recommend, if you're going to try doing this, don't just try on your journal page. Get some spare paper and try and get a feel for it before you just go ahead. But definitely using the back of the pen can really help, because you can kind of guide the ink on where to go. And definitely recommend the eraser. Otherwise it doesn't really like to stick to it very much. Yeah, this is gonna take a while to dry. It is really nice. Actually, I didn't mention this in my video where I went through all of my supplies. It's actually really fun, and I'm really enjoying not using the Tomoe River paper for my journal specifically, because I actually like how this is thicker and more sturdy. It doesn't have that effect sometimes when I'm going through Tomoe River, where as I pick this up, the page kind of flops in half around, especially like these notepad pieces. It will flop around because it's essentially too heavy for the paper, and that doesn't happen with this, which is quite nice. It's still very tactile. But I still really like using the Tomoe River paper for my copy-paste book, or commonplace. Since that one is just writing, there's no things holding the paper down. I do understand though how that feeling is enjoyable, of feeling the paper flop around the thing stuck in. But yeah, this is a very crowded page. It's not normally quite that crowded. Like you look at these, this page is quite crowded, but yeah, like this is far less busy. It just kind of depends on how I feel. But yeah, like this page and this page were kind of decorated at the same time. That's just kind of how it goes. Yeah. I'm trying to wait to see if this will dry on camera, but it really won't. This is a massive pool of ink. It's going to take a while. Yeah, and maybe I'll pause the recording now, and then I will I'll record when I start writing, which will probably be much later, so there probably won't be as good lighting. Yeah, okay, that's all for now. Hey, hello, thieleaf from the future here. I thought I'd try out a voiceover for this segment, since there's no speaking in it. And you know, the whole point of this video was to show and explain how I do things. So you can already see that I'd forgotten when I started writing that I'd planned to record things, but I'd only written a small amount. I write in a pretty relaxed style, which does mean it's really hard for me to read back, but in the moment it kind of allows for me to move forward with my thoughts and kind of get to think them through without any kind of pressure of trying to make my handwriting look readable or pretty enough, especially since that's not really easy for me. And you'll see me doing like a measuring thing with the pencil board, and I'm finding the middle point so I know where to stop writing. That little star sticker is the space of 5mm where the middle point is, so I mark on the page where that star sticker is so that I know to stop writing at that point. Sometimes I do bend the rules a little bit. I believe I do at the very bottom of this page, but mostly I stick to it even when it leaves kind of tiny chunks of writing in weird places. And kind of in a similar way, I don't have any fear about putting that little dot as a marker for the midpoint, because when I write, I do this really horrible thing that everyone hates, where if I reach like the end of a line and I'm in the middle of a word, I'll just continue the word on the next part of the page. And that might sound a little bit normal, but I don't hyphenate, and I will do it no matter how few letters are left or how many letters are left. So if I start a word with like 2 letters and there are 5 more letters, I'll still split it up. If I have a word and there's 1 singular letter left over, I will still have that next letter on a new line. It's not the best thing, but I found myself getting too caught up in my head and really struggling to also think through what I was trying to write when I was also trying to pay so much attention to the space on the page and how much is left. I like to use a different pen and ink with each kind of thought, and I don't really have too much of a plan of what I'll pick up before I choose it. I just kind of go for it. I do like to make sure they match the overall theme, even when those are contrasting colours. But yeah, I'm trying not to have too rigid of a plan the way that I used to. We're kind of reaching the end of this one. I had to cut it pretty short because I was calling with my person during this, and we started talking about something way too much for me to also be recording writing. Like I was having to pause the recording every couple words that I was writing in order to not, be recording my half of the conversation. And I had planned to either have this segment be with no words and like the sound boosted, or to be speaking over it. Okay, yeah, and here I'm breaking the rule a little bit. I'm actually going further than I meant to, and it was actually an accident. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, and that's where the video ends. Okay. Bye.